Hello everyone, this is Ian Walker back here again with another new video. Here with Apothecarum. I am responding to all the comments asking me to go over how to play Apothecarum and things of that nature. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm just going to do a like a small series of videos, two to three videos. This first video being rolling of a new character in Apothecarum, and then the following video will be me going through a small encounter or session during Apothecarum. I'm going to share how I set up my adventure, how I set up play in the game, all of that stuff, and probably introducing something else brand new to you guys as well. Before we get started rolling up this character, I want to give you guys a huge thanks to those of you who have already purchased Apothecarum, who have watched the YouTube video that I did about the game, and for purchasing it from the link there. Though over the last few days, few weeks, there's been a surge in sales of Apothecarum, and right now, it is the highest earning game that I've created thus far on my itch.io page. So I want to tell you guys I really appreciate that, and thank you so very much. So this video is going to be pretty short, quick, to the point, okay? And rolling up a character in Apothecarum, getting it ready for play. Now again, Apothecarum is a solo medical RPG, kind of something similar to your Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman, your house, Grey's Anatomy if you want to, whatever the case is, however you want to do that, but it's genre and setting agnostic. So you could play this like your own house. You could play, anything you want. And I think by accident, when I made this game, I accidentally created a new genre of RPG that's never been seen before. So I think that's kind of cool. Now, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if there is something like this out there. And the next video is going to go into more detail about what Apothecarum actually is. I know there's a similar sounding name out there, I believe Apothecaria, but that's a potion making game. We're not just making potions in this game. This game is so much more, and hopefully this game is pretty much an all-in-one true solo role-playing game. And so, like I said, we'll be getting to that more in the next video or two after this. But today, all we're going to focus on is getting these characters rolled up. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to bring out our six-sided dice here. And it's very simple to roll up your character. Now, as you play the game, we're going to roll our characters. Let's keep the color scheme, shall we? We're going to roll up the stats of our characters here. And then we're going to, generally, when you roll your character's checks, you're going to do that with a 1d12. All you need to play the game is a full set of polyhedral dice. Nothing more, nothing less, okay? Very simple, all right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the character sheet and some of its details. You have this blank area here, which allows you to go ahead and draw what your character looks like. The name of your character here. If you are playing in a fantasy world, sci-fi, real world, fictional story, whatever the case, you go ahead and put your species here. And then here you have your abilities here, okay? So you have science, research, and application of various principles using observation, data, and experimentation. Your medical skill, the application of medical science to understand, diagnose, and treat, and prevent various ailments. And then your offense, you're going to come across some certain situation. You might have to punch somebody in the face to get something. Who knows? Okay, so the ability to attack an attacker or an opponent, roll d12 under the number displayed and roll resulting damage. So if you're in a fantasy setting or a sci-fi setting, you're going to be a doctor that's probably going to be a little bit hands-on, doing some things that are that might require a little bit of action. If you're playing this game with a bunch of people, you might end up taking the medic role. Who knows? Okay. Defense, the ability to defend oneself from harm from an attacker. Roll a d12 equal to or under this number. Any amount above is the amount of damage taken. Okay. The important thing here for every medical officer or person is, what is your guiding principle as an apothecarum? Apothecarum is another word for medic, that's just a term that I made up just for this game. No, it's not real. I'm gonna just tell you straight up, it's not real. It's not a real term. I made it up now. So that's what's the theme of this game. But what you will be creating, what your journal will become as you play the game, will be your Apothecarum. It's pretty much a personal medical journal of your adventures, your medical studies, your experimentations, your travels, all of those things. Everything will be in that book, and that book is called an Apothecarum. And this is a special kind of healer, special kind of doctor, which is not just some regular surgeon or regular just a medic or doctor. They are called apothecarums because they actively go about detailing and logging their adventures, pretty much creating your own world building situation here, okay? If you have an inventory here, you're going to put all that in here, track your inventory in the item slots below. You pretty much will just write down what it is, what armor you get, if you get any armor, your medical supplies that you're going to get, and you'll follow the directions that here in the booklet if you've already bought the book there, and then you'll write that down here below. Okay, so to get started, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to name and just make up a character name. So the character's name is Dr. Harlan Esco. Harlan Esco. We're going to go ahead and make him human. I definitely recommend that you do this here. Actually, you can do this with pencil or pen. This is not something that always changes all the time, but let's keep it safe. Do it with pencil. So what is your guiding principle as an apothecarium? So just something simple, a motivating factor. This is what's going to guide your role play in the game. You're going to always need to come back to this at the very beginning at multiple times to remind yourself in your journey what your goal is, what your purpose is. And if that changes over time, you may have to come back and change it. But for now, Dr. Harlan Esco's mission, let's just find something arbitrary. Find a way for humanity to reverse and slow aging in nature. And its resources. So everything Dr. Esco does is going to fall back on this guiding principle, this goal, okay? So let's go ahead and roll. Again, very simple roll here. So we're going to go ahead and roll at 1d6. We're going to roll it 5 times, okay? And what I recommend is just writing the numbers first instead of immediately placing them, and I'll tell you why in a moment. So first we rolled a 6. I like to put the numbers I rolled here on the side. So 6 here. We got a 1. Another 3. We got 2 more rolls. Another 6. And finally a 1. So this is a pretty well-rounded character. So what we're going to do is we're going to choose 4 of these numbers to put in all of these. So, and again, reminding ourselves of what Harlan's goal is, reverse and slow aging in nature. I think I want to make sure I put a 6 in both science and medical, okay? I'm going to go ahead and put a 1 in offense. He's not much of a fighter. And I'll go ahead and put a 3 in, you know what? I'm not going to put a 3 there. I'm going to put a 1 in defense. Okay? Very simple, pimple. Okay? Okay. So that's very simple. Then you come here and you just draw whatever character you want here. Okay? What you already have when you start is you have a portable medical kit. And you have 1 portable med lab. This allows you, that's what you start with as an apothecarium. You don't start with armor, you don't start with weapons. That's something you gain over time should you decide to on your journeys. It's not mandatory that you have weapons or anything like that, but it's there for your benefit later on. Your armor that you have, you just have a doctor's smock, okay, which is a 1 defense. Simple. That's it. Nothing else. Okay. Any miscellaneous items that you wish to have, you can write those down over on this area too. And that's it, guys. That's all it is. When you're playing the game and you're rolling your checks here in Apothecarum, what you're doing is you're going to roll your d12. When you're doing your when you're doing your offense and defense, you'll roll d12 for that, and you will attack your opponent there. So roll d12 under the number displayed and roll the resulting damage. Very simple, okay? Equal to or under that number displayed. Yeah, okay? So that's how that works. When you're doing your science and medical checks, you're going to roll a d20, and same thing. You're going to, whatever that number is, you're going to roll a d20 and roll under the total number of what you have there, okay? So that's how that works here. And the next video that I go through, I will go ahead and discuss. I'll put the game in action so we can see how things work so that you guys will have an understanding. If there's something you want me to cover in the next video too, in the next session video, let me know in the comments below as well. And I'll make sure that I answer that question in the following video, okay? So anyways, guys, thank you guys again for hanging out with me, and I will talk with you guys soon. And thanks again for supporting Apothecarium. I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.